There is a tender moment in Asteroid City when Augie, the hero, leaves the scene, comes to Schubert, the director, and miserably tells him, "I still don't understand the play." This moment takes place almost at the end, and it's brave for a director to compel his lead actor to confess that he doesn't understand the play when there's less than a quarter of the film remaining. Schubert's response to Augie is equally striking. "That doesn't matter, just keep telling the story." Schubert's words may seem preposterous, but another line in their conversation helps us to interpret that. Augie references a previous line about space, saying, "Maybe there is meaning of life out there," a sentiment early expressed by Augie's son Woodrow. This suggests that for humans who seek life's meaning in the vastness of a space while living it, it's not so difficult to play a role without fully understanding it. In reality, we find ourselves playing the roles assigned to us, without grasping their true meaning. For example, I don't understand why I'm a reviewer. Explaining the plot is straightforward. Extracting its deeper meaning is the challenge. The movie is subtly divided into two parts, black and white scenes and color scenes. The color scenes depict the story of Asteroid City itself, while the black and white scenes narrate the story of the making of a play named Asteroid City. The playwright is Conrad Earp, played by Edward Norton. The director of the show is Schubert Green, Adrian Brody, and the acting teacher is Salzburg Keidel, Willem Dafoe. These stars have surprisingly small roles with few lines, which is just one of the many surprises found in Asteroid City's unconventional structure. In the backstage, in black and white scenes, we see cast and crew struggling to deliver a perfect show. We discover the relationships between them, the secret affairs. We learn that the playwright and the lead actor form a deep connection upon their first meeting. There are also hints of a past affair between the director and lead actress Mitch Campbell, played by Scarlett Johansson, which began in the day they met in the bathroom. This theme of a bath and romantic encounter repeats itself in the play between Augie and his wife, adding an erotic tone that is used indeed to perplex the audience. Asteroid City is the name of a fictional city on which a meteorite hit Earth 3,000 years ago. Now there is a commemoration day. By some military officials, some abnormal intelligent teenagers and their families are invited to this airy play. They are all inventors, but their inventions are like their characters strange and even harmful, mostly useless. Additionally, a scholarship is meant to be awarded after Monday's banquet lunch. At midnight, they gather to see astronomical ellipses, a simple ... 3 pinpoints of light. However, through their refracting box, another dot appears which is green. A spaceship descends, briefly hovers above them, and an alien disembarks, takes the asteroid from the Earth, returns to the spaceship and departs. Following the president's decree, the area is quarantined by the military the next day. It is not so simple to unravel the two seemingly distinct threads of events weaving this movie, the backstage built-up reality and on-stage absolute fiction. These threads are so intricately intertwined that one cannot fully grasp the mystery of Asteroid City and its oddity without closely following the backstage scenes. And then certainly both the storylines are essential to understand Wes Anderson and what his message is. But what is his message? Arguably the most informative and humorous scene in the film is when Augie leaves the set and approaches Schubert to inquire about the play's meaning, the scene with which I began this review. The scene has a lot to say. It represents the moment when a character uninterruptedly transitions the viewers from inside the Asteroid City to the backstage, underscoring how the backstage and onstage narratives progress together. On his way to Schubert, Augie overhears the actor portraying the alien saying, "I don't play him as an alien, I play him as a metaphor." Augie asks, "A metaphor for what?" The actor replies, "I don't know yet." It's the key to understand this movie. From the outset, everything appears highly stylized and meticulously planned. There is science and scientists, ingenuity and geniuses. Those weirdos were supposed to be genius. The frames are seductively mannered, carefully designed. There is also the military discipline. Wes Anderson, in my opinion, tries to construct a secluded, tidy and perfectly scheduled world, and then he tries to surprise us with the further flaws and imperfections and unpredicted events and improbable encounters. He wants us to observe how his characters deal with these unplanned occurrences. That alien becomes a metaphor for all the things we consider impossible but may occur and affect our plans and decisions. Despite our brain, scientific knowledge, strict military orders, and geniuses, we are vulnerable, somewhat doomed. The more we try to control things, the funnier the outcome becomes. The human life is like that week in Asteroid City, unpredictable. It is also noteworthy that Wes Anderson seizes every opportunity to satirize religious beliefs. He openly mocks Episcopalian faith and behavior, literally and figuratively. Children around the lunch table make fun of prayer. Augie tells his little girls that he is an atheist, and Woodrow, the most intelligent in the film called Brainiac, towards the end says, "I don't believe in God anymore." But, and there is a big but, Wes Anderson doesn't reject metaphysics wholly. The entire plot revolves around that green scene when people encounter an alien and gaze at it in awe. Augie even captures this moment with a photograph. They exist, the aliens are there somewhere in the cosmos. We can't rely solely on our Earth, strength, knowledge, and scientific facts. There is something beyond us, even if they are not gods or angels, they are present. Wes Anderson is not religious, but Asteroid City suggests that he is not a materialist either. In a sense, Asteroid City introduces a world of colors that seems to have been undiscovered until Wes Anderson brought them to life. In comparison to his work, all the color pictures appear almost black and white. I can make a gallery of this movie's shots. Who sees that? The dialogues and conversations are masterfully written. There are many details in this movie that seem puzzling, also funny, also thought-provoking. When you think through the film later, you realize how delicately the film answers some of your questions, and how certain characters' lines fill in the gaps from earlier scenes. Wes Anderson has constructed a world in Asteroid City that is obviously strange and intriguing, yet paradoxically familiar. Thanks for watching, and please subscribe to help me improve my channel. Like my video and comment on it. I'm curious what you think about my reviews.